Hey everybody, we're back. Say something, Shawn. Let's make sure the audio is good.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Yep,
Oh, sorry. I'm
that
still
is.
blasting you out.
No, it's perfect. Actually, I'm
Okay.
watching the levels this time because remember before you were coming in a little low, and I think that was on me.
Okay.
Um,
All right. All right.
so now it's actually good in my headphone and even better on the screen.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
all is good. Hey everybody, I'm John Mann. Welcome to Startups and Code podcast. This is Shawn Johnson. Go ahead, Shawn.
Hey guys, Shawn Johnson here, the People's CTO.
And we are going to talk about Firebase Studio and Agent Developer Kit today. Firebase Studio just came out from Google, and it's basically another competitor for Replit and V0 and all those other ones that are actually software development thing. And it's really new, and I haven't even played with it yet. However, I'm really excited about the Agent Developer Kit, and Shawn knows a little bit more about it than I do, but we're going to play with it together. Um,
Well,
so
yes,
yeah,
well,
let's just
I
go.
I saw the Google Cloud
Yeah.
video. That's about as much as I know more than you.
Yeah, no, the so for those who didn't know, in Vegas, yesterday, I think it was the past 2 days, was Google Cloud Next, and it was in Vegas. And actually, my current CEO, actually CIO, Chief Innovation Officer, actually spoke there. So that was actually kind of exciting. Um, But uh, the agent developer kit has been announced and released, and you can play with it. And that is not the right screen, but this one is. And there we go. And it's literally on GitHub. It literally is a GitHub IO that they have set up and pushed out. And for those who don't know,
So,
this is how you build an agent. It's on
so
specifically
the
on
one
Google
thing that
Cloud, but you can
threw me
build it
off,
on other things. Go ahead.
one thing that threw me off on this, it's in Python.
Yep, pip.
That I mean, yes, thank you. I'll take that. I'll take the Python. But also, I guess I just expected it to be in JavaScript.
That's a good call out. Yeah, I think mainly because most of the LLM work that I've seen is all Python based. Um,
Listen, it's good that it's Python. It's not bad. I mean, it might turn some people off, at least initially. I'm sure there'll be some JavaScript version, but it's just an interesting choice.
so for those who are interested in using it, learn Python. Like honestly, come on, people, you should learn.
First of all,
You,
everyone should just stop what they're doing and learn Python.
yeah,
If you're in tech, I don't care if you're doing automation. I don't care the level of tech.
no,
You should learn how to run a Python script.
yes, you should understand Python for at least a level of automation. If you really want to get into the website of Python, Flask is amazing. Um,
Flask is awesome.
Flask
It's
is
so
awesome.
nice to just be able to throw up a Flask app and kind of just get it done and just be happy with your life.
Yeah, Flask is a Python framework for the web. And there's a guy, Miguel Grimberg, who wrote this amazing tutorial that's free and highly recommended if you want to learn that. Um, but
We'll
cool.
get that in the
Yeah,
description. We'll add a link to that in the description.
yeah, I'll add. Yeah, I'll talk about it's literally you could type in Miguel's mega tutorial and Flask and it'll always come up. Um, so let's talk about this. Define workflows using workflow agents, right? Multi-agent architecture, which is really exciting. Uh, One of the things about the multi-agent architecture is what actually you were talking about, I think maybe even 2 weeks ago, of the autonomous agent, the truly autonomous agent, not the event-driven agent, but I think I want to do this today, and it actually goes and does it.
Yeah, no, it's really interesting. I've been and admittedly, I don't know why I've been dragging my feet, but one thing that I'm cracking to do is to create a series of agents that preps me for every meeting assigned to my calendar. Kind of like almost like where we left off when we were in N8N. But this
Yep.
concept of multi-agent cooperation and like I think that is so powerful because combined with MCP, which we'll table that for a while. We'll go 1 week without talking about MCP.
We
You
just
know,
talked about it.
just but just the ability to have an agent have a domain, like an expertise domain, and know that that agent is doing this job, and they all be able to talk, is exciting, and I think that it can be so powerful.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at this tutorial earlier, and the way it broke it down was, let's see if the weather lookup. So the main thing it does is allows you to actually identify the weather, right? You give it a city and it will actually do that. And you're like, oh, well, that's just an API call. Initially, that is very, very true. However, what's cool is it creates other sub agents that allow you to do interactions with conversations. And that is what's really good. So if you're going multimodal and using the light LLM, sorry, I'm jumping through this really quick. I'm trying to find out where it was because it has an agent. Maybe it's in the quick start. It is the quick start because it has communication levels of just uh, greetings, right? So you can have an agent that just does the greetings, and it will actually have a balancer of that, of what you're going to do. And what I mean by that is you'll have an agent that will only handle greetings, an agent that will only say hello or goodbye. And then you'll have an agent that will be your weather agent. And then what you want to do is, depending on the context, you'll use the correct agent. And that is the thing that's really cool about the multi-agent architecture.
And just to be clear, your agent will decide which, in the context, which is the right agent to interact with.
That is correct.
Going back to our conversation from 3 weeks ago, the difference between automation and agents is that the autonomy to do the right thing based on its job versus just a sequential set of tasks.
Right. And I think we've been like, we started, let's go way back, right? We originally had packets that were being uh, talked back and forth, right, in regular chat a long, long time ago. And then it started going into event driven action. So depending on what you would put in a chat, it would actually respond to it as a quote bot. And then after that bot got to that level, then it would actually do it, whether it be a scheduled task, and then you start having promises and things started working asynchronously. Now we're at the next level, asynchronously, yeah, aka multi-threaded applications. It's really not async, it's just another thread. Async is, yeah, we can talk about that's another day. I get very frustrated when people use certain terms and they're like, oh, this is amazing. And I was like, it's not really that amazing. Like, people call things that are AI that are really just search engines, and that's not AI. It's just a search engine.
I've just learned to let people enjoy their soup.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets, people are dumb. Well, it's just because they don't know. And the thing that's really funny about that is they will go, oh no, I completely understand it. And then they start to explain it. I was like, you understand the really high level of what it's actually supposed to do, but what it's actually doing is a little different. Another topic.
Yeah.
They have sample agents already too, which is actually really interesting. They have an agent repository that you can play with.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull that repo and take a look through it.
Oh, of course they have RAG architecture. And it's using Vertex AI. Vertex AI is very, very powerful and wonderful, and is not cheap. Just calling that out for those who are like, oh, I'm just going to set up all of these wonderful little tools on
Just pull
Vertex
the
AI.
repo and and don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Listen, don't. This even happened to me the other day. Superbase sent me a bill for like $70, and I was like, wait, these things are, I'm not even using these things.
Yeah. I actually went through all of my recent repos of that I had, because you and I have created so many tools recently and
Mm-hmm.
so many like just one-offs, and they've been running like because I
Yeah.
never shut them down. So I started shutting all of that down because I was like, I'm gonna about to get a bill for all of these wonderful little database things out there.
Yeah. I sent you something in your text. I don't know if you could share that.
Wait, on my phone?
Yeah, I sent
Oh,
it to your phone because I don't know why this
oh,
I can't share images.
oh. Let's see if I can actually share that. Share, quick share. Uh, whatever. Scanning nearby. Oh yeah, I can't share that.
No, shame. I was having so much fun yesterday with oh wow, we were out. We didn't even talk about 4.0. We got to do that next week, I guess.
What, GPT?
Yeah.
Yeah.
4.0 image generation 4.0. I spent so much time. I fell down a rabbit hole with this whole concept. That's
Well, one of the things, so and I can leave this up, but this is what, just for anyone who's curious, this is where you want to go. It's google.github.io/adk.docs. I'm gonna copy this and then we'll put that in the description. So um cool. But let's get back to it. So yeah, one of the things that I've been wanting to do, and I keep on thinking about it with all of this agent, is like, all right, what if I had an agent that I could actually allow it to control my calendar and basically replace Calendly, allow it to respond to emails as they come in and say, hey, thank you for your request. And it can actually be based off of certain rules, right? I'm fine with a rule base. I don't even know if it needs to be an agent, but then respond to it and then send them a link of here are some suggested times that we should meet, right?
mm-hmm.
To get that booking calendar going and then generate content in regards to my weekly newsletter, like podcast contents that you and I can talk about, and being able to generate that with reminders and set up an entire like um, ecosystem through a single agent.
No, I think first of all, I love that, and that's kind of what is connected to um like kind of this idea, like being able to look at my meeting notes, prepare me for meetings by going and doing like a brief, like basically preparing a brief for me so that when right before I go into the meeting I can refresh what we're going to be talking about. So I think a multimodal agent that could go through your email or go through email's tough because there's so much of it, but even if you just looked at the last hour, the last 10, the last 50, like some kind of guardrails. Because I mean, there are a lot of people who are trying to solve that problem, but they just suck at it.
They do. And I don't know if I need it to go through my decades of emails, but if it can go through even the last 90 days,
Yep.
who have I talked to in the last 90 days? Who hasn't responded to me in the past 90 days? Like, as a sales funnel, I think that would be very beneficial. And then as a marketing approach, right, that would be another huge benefit. And then just imagine like building subscriber base and community through um, a certain level of automation. I really believe that communities are about to be built through authenticity over automation. And I know that's going to be a really interesting concept.
No, for real. I mean, and I think because what was it? There was I forgot the name right now, but it was some email tool that promised to do some of that, and it was great, but it was so much. You had to train it, you had to do all this stuff. So something that was more autonomous that can really,
Hold on, you know I got
yeah,
it, right?
yeah, I see you got it.
All right, I had to show that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's what it's like right now. That's what life is like right
That is our life.
now. No, but I just think that I think you're on to something. Something more scriptive. So something, hey, go through my next no, go to my last hour emails and tell me what's important.
Right. And set up a schedule. And but see, great, you've identified what's important. What should I do next?
Yeah, that's my brief concept. Like, hey, look at the emails, decide what summarize them, and give me action items. Go based on the action items you just gave me, give me documents or what I need to do those action items.
And all, I mean, given everything that I've seen recently, all of that is possible. It just takes time.
Dude, it's not only possible, it's possible without code.
And that's where you're like, do you think that the agent development kit can do that?
Well, the agent development kit, at least as it is right now, this is hard. This is close to metal. This is what I would call close to metal. You got to
Right.
install Python. You got to know to write Python. But an abstraction like NAN, where there's some code and there's some drag and drop. You could probably get there because we
That would
got
be
in
interesting.
5 minutes we got to a point where it was reading our calendar.
Yeah.
It
And
really
it was
shouldn't
actually
be.
scheduling things on our calendar. You're right. That was like in a 10-minute window.
Yeah, so I could only imagine, like, hey, go grab the last hour's worth of emails and summarize if there's anything important, and based on anything important, create a task list for me.
And then you identify key communicators like email addresses. If an email comes from this person, then respond in a, like, you can set up SLAs for responses for your agents.
Yeah,
And
no, definitely. I mean, we're already at that point where, you're like we talked about earlier, bots responding to bots. We're in an echo chamber,
I
which is
know.
which is where I started with that photo.
Yeah. And there is, so, and I have to bring it up just because it came out today. There's new episodes of Black Mirror that came out. Um,
Yeah, I can't only imagine.
oh my God. I've only watched the first two, but the first one, like, it's about a Neuralink, and I won't ruin it for anyone who hasn't watched it yet, but it basically allows you to reprogram a part of your brain that may have gotten destroyed, and they actually have it through a cloud server, and it actually works, and it allows you to function again as a normal person. And then it goes off the rails, of course, because it's Black Mirror.
Black Mirror.
But
Um,
like, oh my God, that exists, and oh my God, they're going to do that.
well, here's the crazy part about Black Mirror. When it started airing, right? When they started showing episodes, right? This was still future. It's kind of not passe, but we're living this. They gotta, and I haven't seen any of the episodes. I heard someone say something, and I thought about that. Will these episodes be taken the same way that it was? Because there was like, oh, that's maybe possibly somewhere in the future, but all of that stuff has come to pass. I mean, Neuralink, there's a guy who has a Neuralink who can
Yep.
play chess with his thoughts. The 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 glasses, I mean, I use my AVP to augment my vision on a daily basis.
Yep.
Is this
It's
still
all there.
is this
Yeah.
still entertaining? Because it's here and for granted, we're not regular people. We're not the average Joes.
No, for sure. But also the storytelling of Black Mirror is exceptional.
Yeah.
And I'm
Well,
not going to
that's
do a full Black Mirror review on this episode, but just go watch it.
yeah.
It's amazing. Uh, but like, it's funny, the diagram that you showed me, and I will spoil this little part, is the bees. And they have created, because there was a concern about the bees getting killed off, they actually have created cloned bees that are actually doing the exact same. They're autonomous drones that are doing the exact same thing as a bee.
It's so funny because I started with the concept. Well, first of all, let's bring everybody into the conversation. Like, listen, if you haven't been using ChatGPT image generation 4.0, you're really cheating yourself.
Facts.
It's amazing, like completely groundbreaking, amazing. Like a lot of the challenges with working with text to image is like you could do some cool stuff, but you couldn't take I couldn't take John's face and put it directly into something. Or I couldn't put text. Like text was a challenge. Like you would generate something, you would have to go into Photoshop. You would, if you're not a designer, you would have to hire someone. It was still kind of clunky, even though some of the other tools you can get various degrees of success, right? Various degrees of joy. Adobe with their integrations, you can do some cool stuff. But again, I got rid of Adobe. Like, and I like with this release, I think it's almost time to start looking at Canva. Like, do you really need it? Right?
Yeah, I use Canva mainly for the AI stuff. I've created enough consistent things specifically for this podcast or my website or whatever, and I have all of my logos and brands and colors and all of that in a single place, so it makes it actually really easy to
Mm-hmm.
create that workflow. But if I create a customized chat in ChatGPT and say, here's my contacts, here's my brand, create that
Yes. Here's
project.
my style guide. And listen, what I love, and I wish I could show, but I wouldn't dare open up my chat GPT in front of people.
Yeah,
I'm happy to open a new stream, but like so my daughter's an artist, right?
right.
And I've been like, hey, you need to get on the ball, create some sticker packs, do something else, right? Do something with your work. Basically trying to get her to monetize. But she's a real traditional artist, and she hates the commercialization of art. So she's like, I don't want. Finally, she just said, no, I'm not going to do that.
Well, there you
So,
go.
but being the dad that I am, I created a sticker pack for her, and I only respond. I like today's been the day. Today and yesterday, I will only respond with stickers from the sticker pack, and she is losing her shit. It's fucking hilarious.
But it's her own sticker pack, so there you go.
I created it for her. I took a picture of her. She has a very distinctive style, and I created these stickers. And now we're in the middle of a sticker war because she took an old photo of me, and now she is now lobbying stickers at me. And it's so easy and so much fun. Now we are co-inspiring against my other daughter who's not read in yet. She doesn't even know what's happening. I've
Yeah.
been waiting for ChatGPT to complete her sticker pack for 2 hours, which brings up this really interesting. I don't know if this has happened to you, but I asked ChatGPT to create a sticker pack, and it said, "Hey, I'm going to do this for you, but it's going to take me a little while. I'll come back when it's done." Have you had that type of experience yet?
I've had it not on. I think it was ChatGPT that it said, "Please come back," or "Go grab a." It actually said, "Go grab a cup of coffee, and I'll be
Yeah,
right back." Yeah.
but the thing is, I felt like I was being catfished because it took hours. It kept saying, "Hey, 15 more minutes." Like, and I don't know why, but to me, ChatGPT is just a woman's voice. And even when she's not actually talking to me, she's a woman's voice. She's like, "Yeah, just come back. I got you. Don't worry about it." I'm like, "Okay." And I'm still waiting.
So you want to try something?
Yeah, let's try some.
What
Let's
do you
do
want to
some.
build?
Let's build a flyer for us.
Oh yeah, okay. Flyer for podcast called Startups and Code. Should I give it logos?
Yeah, you can give it a logo. Yeah, I think that would be great.
Hold on, let me make.
So while you're doing that, I'm gonna kind of share some stuff, right? Like that I'm kind of feel like I'm learning, and maybe everyone else knows, and I'm late. But you know how before we would not want to give ChatGPT too much detail because it would get confused?
Right.
It's just the opposite. Like for instance, I'm gonna guide you on this prompt, right? Hey, I would like to get a 16 by 9 aspect ratio poster with two podcasters with the title Startups and Code in the background in a distinctive art style. Like, I don't know, like choose like a 1940s comic strip style.
Okay. Hold on. Let
So
me.
yep, yep.
I want to get. Actually, you know the easiest way to do this is this. Um, cool. And then I want to upload. I don't know. I think here. Let's just go with this for now. So you're gonna help me do that. Let's go.
Okay.
So I got the logo, flyer for
Okay.
podcast, startups of code
So we're
with
gonna give it some structure. We're gonna say 16 by 9, or just say landscape. Let's say landscape. You don't have to like be so landscape. And do you want me to send you a screenshot of my face, and do you want to put our faces in it?
yeah. Let's do
Okay.
that.
Let's see. I'm gonna grab.
And then I should be able to do me somewhere. Hold on, let's before I start going into all that. um, downloads
Let's see. If I can,
me. What does this look
let me
like?
see if I can do better.
Yeah, there's me. So
Give
I'll
me
do there's me.
people. Me. Here we go. This is. Let me export this.
This is fun.
Yeah,
And
I'm having.
then by doing this flyer, we'll okay, yeah, and we'll go through the actual process together.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop this in my drive and send you a link.
Okay. I'm gonna leave this up while I pull things down and get all of that organized. Let's see how that works. I wonder if you can you share an I don't think you can share images in the chat. No.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's a little unfortunate. Okay, now,
Did you send it?
yeah, I'm sending it right this second.
Got it. And let's download that.
So while John is doing this, I mean, yesterday, here's what got me yesterday. I was working, and I just had a creative moment. I was talking to a client, and she was kind of lamenting how so many people are talking about all these AI buzzwords, and they don't really like know what they mean, or and everyone like I'm talking corporate level people, they're just very confused. And I said to her, yeah, we're just in an echo chamber. And I just kept like thinking of, like, after we hung up, I just kept thinking about that, like what it must be like for corporate business people to kind of be dealing with this. And that's where I created that flyer. And it just like kicked off this wave of creativity. I started off, I asked it to do it. It created it with one business person. I said, well, we should be more diverse in our business people. And I added it. I, as kind of a joke, I took the client's photo off her Instagram, and I stuck her in the thing with the bees with a fly swatter with my logo on it.
That's fun.
Like, that I'm her guide to get like to swat away all the buzzwords.
What was the so make here, there you
Yeah, thank you. For,
go.
for the old people. Podcast, star cut, landscape, colors, and branded logo, YouTube pictures of the podcast. It's making it into a 1940s comic strip style.
Make it into a 1940s comic book style. That it?
Yeah, I think that's a good start.
You got to smile more in your pictures. Come on.
It's so true. It's so true. Like I took a photo. I was at the Microsoft AI event, and I took a photo with my friend John, my other friend John, and I said, man, I just every time we take a photo, it's like I never smile. Like I don't know what it is. I think I'm smiling, and I'm not smiling.
No, there's a guy I work with who is I've never seen him smile in a picture, and I worked with him for 3 years. And you know who
Yeah, I
you
got.
are, but I won't call you
Yeah.
out. Um, oh yeah, somebody was complaining. Hold on,
Hmm.
I want to see. Hi. Okay. Uh, apparently people were chatting with us last week or 2 weeks
Oh.
ago, and all it was people I work with, and they were like, "You didn't respond. You were ignoring us. It was horrible." And I was like,
Oh.
"I didn't even know we were chatting."
Well, we're sorry for those people. We're monitoring the chat now, so please send us some chats.
Send us some chats if anyone's watching. Let's see if the I should keep this open so you can see the chat. Oh, we have somebody's viewing it. Thank you to whoever's
Hey,
viewing. We got a viewer.
how's it
Progress.
going? So for those who are viewing, yeah, we started off talking about agents, and just like we always do, we kind of have found our way over to uh ChatGPT image generation 4.0.
Because
We
we
were
wanted
we
to.
Yeah, because this is our podcast and deal with it.
Yeah, I mean that's how we operate. So if there, I mean, we did talk about the agent developer kit, and we showed you how to get to it. I'm going to include a link in the description. Um, not going to go into Firebase Studio too much, but I will. Here, let's just do that while this is running.
Yeah, let's prime that, right?
Yep. So I can do Firebase Studio, and like, I wonder if what did we build that last time? Oh, build a 3D flight simulator over a city prototype. And now we get to see how this handles it compared to Replit and what was the other one we used? Oh, V0.
Zero. So here's one thing to consider when this gets right. This is free right now.
This is free. Yep.
Like when this, because I'm spending a lot of coin on milestones and Replit.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm sure I think I said this already. Start your project in Replit, pull your code down, and work with it locally, and save yourself some money.
Yeah, I need to actually I have everything on Replit right now. And
Hmm.
I was like, oh wow, that's really nice, but it's a static website. I don't need to be paying Replit costs for that.
Yeah,
So
to keep it running.
yeah.
Did that image start yet?
Oh, let's see. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Wow, I look old. I need to shave.
But just, I mean, it got our likenesses. It even got my logo from my sweater. Like this
That's
was
pretty good.
really, yeah. It tried to match the style that and what I love, like from here, you can just keep riffing.
Well, but
You,
here's the like let's pay attention to some of the details that it did very well. Like one,
okay.
the the font is actually really good. It understood how to actually do that layout. The fact that this is behind your head is actually really cool.
Yep.
The fact that it pulled in the color scheme for the background for you and then a contrasting color for me, it pulled in my sweater.
Yep. Your
um,
Mr. Rogers sweater, which I
yeah,
love. I love a good cardigan. I'm
I
a sucker for
I'm
cardigan.
probably gonna wear it tomorrow because it's still cold up here. Apparently I need to shave. Probably need to work on that. But man, my teeth
Apparently,
look great.
I've never seen anything that I would smile at.
Yeah, that's true. You look angry there. I look like what is these little wrinkles? What is that?
I think it's because of the style. Like, why don't you ask it to change the style? Say, I don't know, a different comic book style.
Change the style to a manga anime theme.
This will be good.
And let's see how our City Hawk is actually. Oh, it's got an error. Uh, See, I shouldn't have to click fix it. Of course, I want you to fix it. Oh, it needs a Gemini API key.
Ooh.
Boo! It's not free.
No, but well, I mean, it's free. Gemini
Right.
API, they give you so many tokens.
That's still going. This happened while generating the page. Let's see. Import doesn't exist in target module. Yeah, I told you to finish. Gemini can make mistakes. Auto generate. Huh. That was nice. Generating API key. Uh-oh, let me close that window before people start stealing my key.
Just takes a second.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It is crazy how fast they will steal things.
It feels like they have automated that. Like you say keywords like API key, that something's grabbing a screenshot like immediately.
Yeah. Let me go back to here and let's see if it generated key updated. It looks like is ready. One
Now, did it
issue.
automatically insert the key?
I don't know.
That would be impressive.
So that's still go. Oh wait, we're getting there. Hold on. Let's be surprised by this. So now I'm coming back here, and I don't see anything. That's not what I want. I want to come back here. That's fine. I want to make changes directly. No, I want to see it run.
Can you refresh the little browser window?
Let's see what happens. There we go. Fix the error.
Another error.
Okay, I figured it out. Yeah, there's no speedometer. Gauge. Oh, okay, it actually fixed it. Fix the error.
Maybe we're a little ambitious with.
We're always ambitious. This is how we.
That's
And
how we roll.
that's one of the things you got to realize. It is okay to push these things to boundaries.
Yes, absolutely.
Still not working. All right, let's see what our new. Still thinking.
I had a friend. They were complaining about how long the images would take, and I was like, dude, I don't mind waiting a few minutes for all the stuff that it's doing. Just the fact that you, I'm still angry. You still.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
This is awesome. This should be our new. This is awesome.
I look like I'm 12. I like that.
You look like you're offering everybody coffee, and I'm looking like I'm literally over everybody.
you literally look angry.
Dude, and the thing that's so funny is that well, I mean, I guess it depends who you ask. But most people would know I'm a goofball.
But look, I mean, look, and it even like that background is amazing with the circuit board.
Yeah, dude, like I was saying, I could do this all day. Like when I was done what I was doing, I said, "There's so many stories, so many things I want to say." Like I instantly started having like kind of like a political commentary, like comic strip idea. I was like, I would love to tell a whole bunch of stories from this perspective.
I'm tagging you in this one.
Yes, sir. I feel like I need to comment in the persona of my photo, just like say a bunch of curmudgeon.
Just angry thing curmudgeon. That's what that looks like. Yeah. That's funny. All right, let's see how this is going.
Not as good.
Nope.
Not as.
Application client side exception. See the browser console. Let's see what the issue is. Throttle is not a function. Yeah, we know that. It's still So let's see what the code looks like.
And this is building this in, I'm assuming 3JS or something like that.
I don't know. We're going to find out right now. Components. Well, let's just go into, it's using Next for the configuration.
Mm-hmm.
Tailwind, typical. App, let's see what we got. And we have a page. Yeah, it's 3JS. Yep.
Yeah.
See, and here's throttle from low dash throttle. But apparently that didn't get, why did that not get, is that not coming in? Let's find it.
Good old low dash, still causing havoc.
Yeah, it's been a minute, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
I have to say, this interface, not for nothing, is pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I navigated to the code pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Is the switch to prototyper? Yeah. Yeah, fix the error. I'm going to try it again. Throttle's not a function. It keeps saying throttle is not a function. I think it is a low dash import issue. No, you didn't change it. Can I run that? That's one of the things, like, okay, I want to just go to a terminal right now and do
And
stuff.
just fix it, right? And just install, yeah.
And I don't think I can do that easily. Source control, run and debug. I'm gonna, oh wait, what was that? Firebase Studio, that's what I'm in. I wonder, I'm gonna try something crazy. It worked. That's nice. So let's do.
Now you're in agent mode?
Yeah. Allow. Yeah. npm install Lodash, right?
This is cool.
So let's see if that actually works. Well, and here's what's crazy about some of these cloud ones nowadays is you can actually just create everything on the cloud and you don't even need a local machine. Like you could run this from a Chromebook.
Yes.
And everyone's like, I need to spend $3,000 on a MacBook Pro. No, you don't.
Dude, I told you, I don't even have I love Mac. I mean, I'm a big Apple person, but I don't currently have an Apple laptop.
That's crazy.
Listen, you know what? No, I'll tell you crazy. I'll bump up the crazy. Is someone gave me a Surface Pro 7 that came out of a donation bin, and I love that thing.
Yeah,
Like,
I still have my original Surface.
I never knew. I never had one before, and I could do basically any code level. I take meetings on it. If I want to get silly with it, I can. I'm actually pretty impressed.
All right, not impressed with this.
Maybe we should have asked it to build us a to-do app, just like everybody else, and we would have been fine.
All right, we let's go back. Let's delete this project. Delete, because that's something I always forget to do is clean up. So let's clean things up. All right, so create a Kanban project management application. Got to give it a little challenge.
Yeah, don't let me down. I'm still rooting for you, Firebase Studios.
But this is amazing.
This is amazing.
That was fun. Yeah, I don't like that one.
I think it was the 1940s reference.
I love that one. That's hysterical.
Yeah, it's quite comical. I feel like I feel that photo right there feels like we can do a buddy cop like series.
That's literally it's good cop, bad cop.
Exactly.
But what's really cool about that is like we could literally create a comic book.
That's you. So you are now where I was stuck yesterday. Like you can tell any type of story. You know, it's just amazing. I
Well,
really
well,
kind of stuck.
one of the big things of like Mid-Journey or even Leonardo, which I'm a big fan of Leonardo, one of the problems that I've always seen, wow, we really did get off topic, but whatever, is they've never done words right. They suck at doing words.
And this is what makes this such a like going back to my reference to like a Canva killer. Like I mean, this is still work in Canva.
No,
Like
absolutely. Yeah.
we didn't do anything. We just, you just kind of
We
have
changed it to manga and we were done.
yeah.
Yeah, we could,
Yeah.
but I mean, now creativity has come to a new
All of the
level.
roadblocks that you would have previously had to do what we just did. I mean, we would have had to pay someone on Fiverr like $200 just to make a thumbnail like that.
That's true.
You know. Now,
Well,
what?
that was, yeah, I mean, honestly, one of the things for YouTube, right? There's all these people that are creating, oh, I need a better thumbnail. I need a thumbnail
Yeah.
generator. No, you don't. You need Chat GPT and you'll be done.
Well, the thing is, now everybody's chomping at the bit to get access to the image generator via API, so that they could,
Automate all of it.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm not going to give you feedback. The one thing I
yeah.
do like about this is
Mm.
board management, task management, drag and drop, local storage, AI task suggestions, and I like that it actually tells me the style guidelines.
Oh, that's cool.
And it actually gives me the hex colors of them. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously I could pull it from CSS, but
Uh-huh.
if I were to hand this to a designer, they'd be like, "Oh, this is great."
Yeah, they would know exactly where to change things.
But this seems to be going a little bit better. I got a little ambitious doing a 3JS project.
He's like, John is like, build me a house. If
Build
you
me,
can't build me a house, I'm not that impressed.
but I want a house on an island and I want to handle all the logistics of me getting food and medical supplies there on a regular basis. Go.
Do it. Make it happen. Make it so.
Make it so. Yeah, I can't. Well, I mean, agents nowadays have gotten to a level of data of, and I don't mean data as in data, but data as in the character from the next generation.
It's so crazy. It's like, I have a couple white rabbits, right? One of them was always like a Jarvis-esque assistant, and I always wanted that. And now, like, I can have it, and now I'm just like, oh, well, do I still want to spend time, like, because it's on my phone? But the other one, I tell you what, one of my fascinations is like, you see how we're doing this? Remember Iron Man, first Iron Man? Like
Yeah.
when he's talking to Jarvis and he's like, hey, we're starting a new project. And Jarvis goes, oh, cool. Do you want me to make space on this server, that server? You want me to like follow these things? Like I saw early on one of these tools was claiming to do that, but then I've never seen it again. So maybe it just was all faking it out. But it would be awesome to have an agent that you can say, hey, we're going to do a new website. So I need you to run the standard protocol. And it would go set up the folders, create the GitHub, set everything up, and then start working with me to get things done. And it would host it in my environment and all the things. Like I would love that.
Yeah, and depending on what your hosting environment is, whether it be GCP or Azure or AWS, or even Heroku, right, or Replit, whatever, or Firebase, whatever you're using, it would be nice to say, "Hey, this is my hosting environment. set up a project for me and use my GitHub. And I
Yeah,
shouldn't have to
that's
say, that's it.
that's it. So now you're making me feel like I'm going to be up till 5 in the morning because that just seems so doable right now.
See, that's everything. Every time you and I have these wonderful conversations, I'm like, I bet you I could do that. Like I was in back to back meetings at my day job and was actually really busy for a minute. And this guy's like, oh, well, let me see if I can help you. I was like, hold on. I got 20 minutes right now. Let me see if I can do it in real time. And I did. I wrote a
There
Python
we go.
script that automated all of it. And he was like, oh, that's amazing. Yeah, and let me tell you exactly what I did, which another topic, but really helpful in automation. I was able to connect to the GitLab API, pull down the tickets from a specific project, sort them by date so they were only the dates that I wanted, and then break down on the who worked on what projects and what tickets for the last month.
There you go.
20 minutes.
And you built that was Python
That was Python and that was Claude.
again. I mean, talking to Claude, producing Python, running Python scripts. Yes, we need to do that.
Yeah, if you're not learning Python, you're wrong.
Yeah,
just,
I like
just
it. I like the way you put that.
just pick it up. You got to learn how to learn new languages anyway. If you haven't learned Python, add it to your repertoire. It's worth it. It's how everyone's doing data stuff anyway.
My friend, I think
This did
so.
not work either.
So let me ask you a question. If
We
we
got to
had,
do one more theme here. Wait, your
okay.
turn. You
Oh, put these two characters in a movie poster for a buddy cop movie, and have the I don't know if you say have the black character say my feet hurt. He's always complaining about his feet. That's his thing. Dude, I will literally be up all day just creating these things. Like,
uh, oh wow, yeah, it's already. Oh, we traveled fast today.
so my question is,
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
with Firebase Studios, if we had asked Claude, I'll say Replit. What's the Klein? That's the one you like. Klein, is that the one you
Claude.
like? What's the other builder, the visual builder, not Claude. You
Soft
used another
Gen.
one, SoftGen, right?
Yeah.
So Replit, SoftGen, Claude, and
V0.
V0. Do you think it would have done it the same thing? The last thing you asked Firebase Studio, do you think those other agents would have been able to complete it?
Oh, the Kanban one? I know
Yeah,
for a fact Replit can do it because I did it.
yeah.
Yep. So
Things a little early. It's probably a
yeah,
little early.
I mean they know it's in pre-release. It needs to figure out some details. But it should I don't know what it's using. I always wonder what it's using for its source code, right? Of like what
Yeah.
it's learning. What is it learning from? Because if you have a bunch of hackathon events that it's using, well, I mean, seriously, a lot of places are going to just scourge the internet for just random code. Like you can go to CodePen and find amazing samples, but
Yeah.
are they stuff that you would want to use in production? And the answer 90% of the time is no. But it's great to see what's technically possible, and then you have to clean it up.
Yeah.
But this has been fun.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun to just be creative with your thoughts with this new thing. Um, so let me just say this. I still think that there's a place for designers and artists and digital art people. I think because here's the thing. Part of what we do when people ask us stuff, we curate the experience. Like, oh, you want what you really want is an e-commerce website with multi-clients and an API backend so you can connect to your app and we can connect Shopify. Like there's a certain translation that happens when you talk to us. And I feel like designers have the same type of thing. Like I
Well,
couldn't help people with font, what you know, like
well,
I
and they
could.
know, like, I watched that movie Helvetica a long time ago, and I was like fascinated by fonts. So I went deep
Mhm,
into all these different. Oh my gosh, I could create my own font. I will never do that because it's
mhm.
so tedious. But people, there are people that love it, and they get really excited about that. And but all of that, like they know. Wow, wait, you missed it. Sorry.
Yes, please post that. I mean, we could
The other just
one
wants to
code by
sit
the
down.
rule. This is awesome.
Okay, yeah, this is going. Uh, what we
One closed by the
actually
rule. One
did
just wants to
in
sit down.
the podcast tonight. Digital. There you go.
That, dude, just that one little added line. I love it.
Wow.
But here's the crazy kicker. I mean, it's just so crazy. You're 2 hops away from an animated short of us being buddy cops. Like 2 or 3 hops. We
Oh
got
yeah.
11 laps for the, and I forgot the name of the tool, but it's one of the tools that everyone's using to animate everything.
Veed.
It like yeah,
Veed.io.
like listen, yeah. We're gonna be big time Hollywood producers. We're gonna be producing like all our own stuff.
This is what we do. Yeah, I mean, that looks great. And I do, what's really funny about that picture, let me go back to it real quick, is if you look, it does look like I'm standing up and you're sitting down.
Dude, this is so awesome. Like
Uh,
I literally could just the cop cars. This is so good.
yeah, it's pretty fun.
This is one prompt,
Yep.
like one what I like to call unseasoned prompt.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start an Instagram now.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah,
This is
that's hysterical. Because I
the
so
flame.
actually dress like that, which is so fun.
I can see it now.
Having a good hair day too. That's kind of nice.
This is
All
so
right.
good.
We're so done. We're off topic and doing everything else. So
We're
for
gonna
those
come.
of
I
you,
promise.
did
We're gonna come
anyone
back to agents properly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry for anyone who tuned in today. I hope you enjoyed it because we had a great time. But
Yeah.
more talking about agents soon. Next week, I think we're going to be talking about some of the job hunt stuff and uh, job searching in the world of AI and things like that. But
And I will not let John forget that we're gonna have a video game off at some point.
we
I'm gonna
are
check.
going to do that. We're going to create an actual game real time. So we'll see how that plays out. Cool.
All right, guys.
Thanks, everybody. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.